Paris, France. 4:20. Blaze it. Oh.
4:20. Why the heck would you be up that early? Or late, I guess. I don't know.
He's a raccoon. So, ladies and folks, we're at the Le police station.
It's Le police station.
And we're going to be starting a game called Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. I'm sure you don't see the title screen up there at all. This was one of the first games we got with our first PS2.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, we got the PS2 for Christmas, but we were too dumb to realize the kind of cords we needed or how to set it up. So the day after we went to go get cords. It was like the day after Christmas or something. We went to go get cords, and then we you picked up this game. I got like Mega Man Battle Network 3 or something. And here we go. Sly, Cuphead. Sly, do you read me?
Sly, come in. Sly, do you read me?
Yeah, I read you. Loud and very loud.
Sorry, I'm a little nervous. Trying to break into police headquarters does that.
Get over it, Bentley.
And I love doing this right here.
I'm the
Oh.
to steal that file from Inspector Carmelita Fox.
Well, count on me to be your eyes and ears, buddy. Got their security system totally scoped. To get inside, you're gonna have to go through that air vent.
All right, I'm going in.
And don't forget you got me at the wheel, Sly. All you gotta do is grab the file, take it back to the van. We'll do the
There was a lot of like head shaking.
We'll do the rest.
We'll do the rest. I don't know. Sony Computer Entertainment
This
America.
intro it just had a really good vibe to it. Did you set it to widescreen output on the game?
I think it was just on the game.
Yeah, see if there's a way to do that. Go back.
No.
There may not be a way. We may need to put this in 4:3 on the TV.
Well, on there it's going to be captured this way.
Oh.
Yeah, for some reason this OBS doesn't have some sort of like...
Aspect ratio setting?
Yeah.
I love this, like all the titles appearing like they're on in a heist movie, and it's got such a great vibe.
Yeah. But, are we vibing? I don't know.
I also like how destructible everything is.
And also you can
Like
kill
the
these
rats.
rats and...
They just
they
spray
spew.
out green. So yeah, this one's actually running on a PlayStation 2.
Yeah. See, like, the PS3 versions aren't that bad until you get to certain moments.
With the PS2 versions, run very reliably.
Yeah.
Also, this was the only one where you can move the characters with the joysticks when they're talking.
I mean, I was already describing that, but you weren't paying attention at all because your heart's not in this.
It's not. My heart was back in Vegas.
Oh.
According to my research, all you have to do is get near them and hold down.
This one was definitely pretty different from the other Slides.
Except for the...
Like, this is mostly just a platformer. And you... Almost the entire game just use Sly.
Yeah.
And
Almost.
it's very much level by level as opposed to area by area.
I want to get up here. Yeah, look, I'm breaking the rules of society. Anyway.
Also, if you played it the later Sly, you notice how his backpack is on his back and not on his leg.
Yeah. I like getting up here and then here. To break
Hey,
things.
Sylvester.
Huh?
Meow. What kind of meow was that? That was really high pitched.
Not to bet you.
Setting out the alarms doesn't really do a whole lot in this game.
Yeah, no. I just like hearing some of the dialogues. So, for the longest time, as a kid, I didn't know what this was. We were landing on. I knew it moved around. I was thinking, what, is there like water below this? And for the longest time, it took me. Yeah, it took me until I was like maybe just a few years ago to realize this is an elevator.
It's like I was today minus 5 years old when.
Yeah.
Kitty.
Sylvester, what are you doing? He likes to mess around with stuff in my room. Cigar. A lot of smoking and like alcohol references and stuff in this game to be like an E-rated game.
What the heck?
Yeah, he's trying to paw at things. One thing I will say about the PS3 versions, is one thing is they do actually look visually better, but that's probably because they just cleaned up stuff.
Yep.
But also, the frame rate. I noticed this with Ratchet & Clank as well. The frame rate was better, or like there wasn't as many frame dips.
Right, but Kitty.
It's just that the problem with some of those PS3 ports was that they
were really sloppy. Like there's a musical fight later in the game. PS3 port, the music and the buttons you press completely off time.
Yeah.
I mean, very noticeably off.
And they never fixed it.
Yep, never put out a patch.
1, 2, 3.
If you do it just right, you can actually, if you move fast enough, you can have Sly put in the wrong number and have him open
Died
it.
3, 7. Let's see. No. No.
Head through the parking lot. We'll be waiting in the getaway van. I think we'll be waiting in the van for you, okay?
Jimmy, we'll be waiting in the van. Jimmy.
With the pins you gotta pull.
I pulled the pins, Jimmy.
I pulled the pins, Jimmy.
You see these grenades? I pulled the pins, Jimmy. Criminal. But that's in the PS3 version. She waits. In this one, she waits till she gets to the top.
Criminal! You foolish raccoon. I've caught you red-handed.
Ah, Carmelita. I haven't seen you since I gave you the slip in Bombay.
Which reminds me, you need to return the Firestone of India to its rightful owners.
And I was gonna give it to you as a little token of my... Hey,
Hey.
you know, that bazooka really brings out the color of your eyes. Gotcha.
You think? This pistol packs a paralyzing...
Wait, is it a pistol or a bazooka?
Might snap you out of
Yeah,
your
I don't know.
mind spree.
You gotta help me here.
Rendezvous.
Plenty of time for that once you're safely behind bars.
Love to stick around and chat, but I just dropped by to pick up this case file.
She's got the hots for him.
He's got the hots for her.
I'd ship it. No, real ones, I guess, you know, ship Bentley and Murray. What?
What?
Well, like how you can just kind of screw around, you know? You don't actually, you can just have her keep shooting.
Yeah, I mean, she can eventually hit you.
Yeah, she will hit you. But you can run around in circles.
Yeah.
She's a really bad shot. I don't know how she got in her current position. Criminal!
Escape me, raccoon. Like, exit.
Yeah, the exit.
Once again, my gang and I had given Inspector Carmelita Fox.
I love these
I was
cutscenes.
surprised to see how
All
much
comic style and
Yeah.
it's so awkward.
The,
Her weird, only like 3-inch bra.
Yeah.
this. I could
The,
avenge my family and regain possession of my most valuable
Japanese
possession.
version is
You all
like
know
anime
when I was
like.
just a kid, bouncing on my father's knee. You see, I come from a long line of master thieves who kept all their secrets of sneaking and stealing in an ancient book.
See, too bad
This raccoon.
the fourth game
Anyone who read it learned to be a specialist.
was not great.
Which is why we
It was a good
specialize in
idea,
stealth.
sending him back in time to meet the other
After all,
thieves,
there's
but
no
then it was
honor,
kind of
no
doo-doo,
challenge, no fun
and they
in
never
stealing
picked it
from
back
a
up.
raccoon.
No, the gameplay was pretty decent. It felt a little.
Master thief.
It was definitely different. Something felt a bit slow pace about it,
It was
but
different.
Unannounced to our door. My father fought to protect us, but the gang of villains known as
Oh,
the
no.
Five
Oh, no.
ransacked our house until they found
the Thievius Raccoonus.
The Thievius Caninus, what?
What?
fell into their filthy hands.
The music has got all intense.
Split up, each villain disappearing to the farthest corners of the world to commit dastardly crimes.
Wait, farthest corners, let's see. Where are they all at? One's like,
There I met two guys.
you know, I want to see where they're all at. and see if they're really in different corners of the world. You got Mugshot in America, and you got Clockwork in Russia. It's Panda King in China. Ms. Ruby is where?
Haiti? I think.
Okay, maybe they are in the corners of the world. Maybe that does check out.
Raleigh is in the Bermuda Triangle.
Okay, maybe they are in the corners of the world. But how does a sphere have corners? It doesn't, because the Earth is flat.
Oh.
There's an ice wall that protects it, and the government and... That's cool.
Well, I've already plotted.
Oh yeah, Murray.
When you select it, when you select it, he says something when you hit X on him. One.
Look how fast it flies around the corner.
We had a friend who would always play this sound clip a lot for some reason.
This one in particular?
Yeah.
Hot-tempered frog grew bored of his life of luxury and privilege.
And he would always play like the music from this game.
On a whim, he tried his hand at a bit of piracy and found it to his liking. Raleigh.
Yeah, we got our friend into Sly Cooper and some of those games, the iconic PS2 games.
Where his evil tinkering genius rose to new heights.
Who?
What?
Who?
Alex.
We got him into this?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because he watched us playing it, and he's like, oh, what? You know. He was the one who played like the Jack games first, but we had like, I can't remember.
Sly Cooper in Tide of
Terror.
English.
Yeah. OMG, Becky, look at that sail.
That was so stupid. The stealthy approach. Alright, see what's right.
Where's your PS3 trophy?
I've been playing on a PS5 the past several days, so we'll see.
We'll see how this goes.
As of this recording, I've been playing through Star Wars Jedi Survivor. This is now a review about Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Jar Wars. Jar.
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay, I get it. You don't know what I'm saying, do you? Nope, not at all.
Okay.
When we were younger, we used to like to try to time moving a Bentley up and down when he would bob his head so it would really look exaggerated.
Yeah.
Like right there.
Now remember to get all the clue bottles. I live for this stuff. Yeah, that's what worries me.
Doop-a-doop-boop.
We'll see how far we get, ladies and folks. Ladies and gentlemen. Gentles and ladiesmen.
So if you haven't played Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, you definitely should. Maybe that could be our game after this series is over. But I think I'd spend most of the time playing that.
Well, we'll have to probably play the Xbox version since PlayStation was stupid about setting up the HDMI stuff. Like, oh, well, you have to have extra attachments.
On the PS5?
I don't know about the PS5 yet. I haven't tried that yet, but sometimes I'm afraid to, because I'm afraid the is going to be like, oh, you can't, well, it messed up for no reason in particular.
I don't think it's going to do that to the thing that we use now.
Well, hopefully not. Yeah, see, the reason I haven't even tried PS3 or PS4, like, type things yet, and even PS5 at the moment, is because a few years ago, with my PlayStation 3 that had 500 gigs, I was trying to set up the HDMI thing, and I almost got it working, except the sound was messed up, and I was trying to fix something, and it just, so many things that were attached to this splitter was like the HDMI just stopped working on a lot of that stuff. So like an HDMI port on my TV stopped working. HDMI port on my PS3 that I had stopped working. And which thankfully it was the PS3 and not the PS4, because PS4 only has HDMI. And let's see.
No, you don't have a cheap splitter anymore.
Well, yeah, I don't. What I'm trying to say is all this stuff, and then randomly, the capture device I used to use to capture HD videos and stuff would only work on the Xbox One. Would only fully work with the Xbox One. It worked with the 360 except the sound. I couldn't play Wii U games on it anymore. I couldn't play.
Up there, isn't there?
No, not up there.
Okay.
I couldn't play. I couldn't play Switch games on it anymore, or Wii U, or anything else except Xbox One. I never got that, but it was stupid.
Amphibio Positioning System, APS.
Apps?
There's a laboratory, I think in Chicago, or related to Argonne National Laboratory. It's ANL APS, Argonne National Laboratory Advanced Photon Source.
Huh. I see the title of a 24/7. That's almost all of them.
According to the Beatles, it's 8 days a week.
Well, yeah. I mean, they wouldn't lie. No.
The Beatles wouldn't lie.
Oh. So anyway, someone made the title of the video saying Batman Forever is worse than Batman and Robin. That's a pretty big statement there. I actually haven't seen either of them. I've seen parts of Batman Forever.
I think I have, but it's been a long time.
Yeah. But it's... I haven't even seen the Batman 1989 movie.
Oh, that's a good one.
I hear it's a good one.
No, that's a great... I'm surprised you didn't, because I saw it when I was still living here.
You were probably watching it when I was not here or was in my room or something. I don't know.
Nick Nora was still living here last time I saw it.
Yeah. Sister Noah? Oh.
Sister.
There's the name Nora, but what about Yesra? Oh.
Maybe.
Maybe Ra?
Maybe,
Let's see. Maybe, yeah, they took out the actual flashing of the entire screen in the PS3 version. I'm pretty sure that was for, like...
Epileptic shock or something?
Yeah. You know, what was weird and kind of a reverse situation is that, like... I remember when I was buying the original Burnout one time from a store we used to go to.
Yeah.
This lady who was working there was saying how when she was younger, her and her siblings would play that with the original one and wouldn't really play the sequels because of her epileptic stuff. Whereas the original one didn't really have a lot of those explosions and stuff. So it didn't have a lot of like bright lights and stuff.
What about Sly Cooper still?
Burnout.
Oh, Burnout, yes, man, I missed that.
Yeah.
He said it and it didn't process.
Anyway, yeah, that's the final clue. Press circle to enter the vault code. The false code. But yeah, so
792. Okay. Just see if I can manipulate it.
Keep going.
Yes. Yeah, if you kind of if you fiddle around with it, you can get him to skip a number and it's still open.
I don't remember if it was a PS3 version or the PS2 version where I actually did that, but like it glitched out and kept going, and I had to reset the PS2 or PS3 or whatever I was playing.
Oh. I like it just pulls out these little raccoon heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get moves you can scroll through and you can just...
Yeah. But yeah, the reason I say it's kind of a reverse situation in terms of the Burnout games, that it's like the sequels have the more epileptic stuff, whereas the first one, since I guess just because it didn't really have explosions and stuff, that's why it didn't, you know...
Explored.
But honestly, the first one, the problem with the first game is that, like, it's not just because it didn't have the iconic stuff from later on, but it's because you had the standard 3 laps per race.
Yeah.
But the tracks were so long for a racing game. They were really long. Like, they should have been like 2 laps at most.
At most?
Yes. I think the standard should have been 1 lap for each of those, considering how long the tracks were. Which I refer to as downhill races, even if they're not always downhill.
Interesting. So when are you going to get to the impossible part?
I don't really see how this
Excuse me.
This game is over 20 years old, folks, or around 20 years old. So I don't care about interrupting it. You can find plenty of, if you want to hear what they say in the cutscenes, there's plenty of videos online that are silent with including my own of the PS3 version on just some gameplay on YouTube. But anyway, let's see. Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
Oh my.
It's hard to imagine Sly Cooper without being associated with PlayStation. But I could see this series, like, as a Nintendo series,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would match, or like Xbox also. I mean, basically, I think if it ever went multi-platform, I think it could work on all, The only thing is, if they ever release these games, they'll probably have to they'll have to either record brand new audio, or they'll have to remake them, because
if they say, let's see, they say Y A, and if they say B, you can make it work because they say X.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with the X, yeah, they could make that work. But I mean, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, they probably have to do, like, take the Spyro route where, in like some of those original Spyro games, you had them saying, like, the actual buttons on the PlayStation controller, whereas in the Reignited trilogy, they said, like, action or jump or fly button or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Better close those first doors. Like, the audio was slightly different on that one. Yeah, one of our very first, or when we first started playing the PS2, when we got our PS2, some of our first games included. Actually, I think I can pretty much remember all the games we had. We had. Okay, I got Frogger. Frogger's Adventures: The Rescue, which is another game we need to play at some point.
Mm-hmm.
You got Ratchet and Clank, the original. Our sister got Dragon Ball Z Budokai. When we got our PS2, it came with ATV Off-Road Fury 2. And our cousins sent us the original Jak and Daxter.
Cousins.
And again, the day after we get all that, and we were too dumb to set it up. Yes. That was my phone. Anyway, then the day after, that's when you get Sly Cooper, the original. So we started out with
How did I
like,
get it? Was like money? It was
probably
like,
Christmas money, yeah. And it was probably like, it was cheaper at that point, I think, or at least on sale or something. And that's also when I got Mega Man Battle Network 3. And you were the one who got into that series.
Oh, the network is just wonderful. Just so wonderful.
You hate it, don't you?
It is underrated. It's well beloved by fans, but the fans are too few.
Yeah. That's how I feel about Frogger. At least the sequels to Frogger, to the arcade game. Like, a lot of people do have fond memories of the PS1 games of Frogger, but you've got barely anyone who talks about the games after that. Which is why I was glad when Nitro Rad started talking about the Frogger games. Because, like, he brought recognition. Like, he's not like the top tier gaming person or anything.
Right.
But he talks about a lot of, like, old, seemingly forgotten platformers and stuff.
Yeah.
Or that's a lot of what he talks about. So, like, you know, he's talking about the Thai games, the Tasmanian Tiger games. He's talking about KO the Kangaroo, the Pac-Man World games. I still need to replay. See, I've been doing this thing. I've probably mentioned this before. I've been doing this thing where I've been talking about, like, or where I've been playing certain games and franchises, and I don't just go straight to the sequel right after that. I just wait a little while before I play the sequel. It depends on the game. Like, I did that recently with Ratchet & Clank, where I go right to the next one, but because those games are addicting. But
yes, they are. Especially the second one.
Yeah. The third one, anyway, before I get to that, my point is, like, I've been trying to, like, I've noticed that, like, whenever I was playing through all the Mega Man X games, I was like, I'm getting a little sick of Mega Man right now, or the X games right now, because I was playing through so many. And I'm not going to sit here and say that Mega Man X's 7 and 8 were great, but I feel like I would have had a slightly better experience had I not just been binging all the Mega Man X games.
Right.
So I feel like if I start those games up again, or I probably will at some point, but whenever I start playing them again, I want to, like, separate between, just to kind of judge the games on their own.
Your game.